Love is in the air, everywhere I look around. Love is in the air, every sight and every sound. And I don't know if I'm being foolish, don't know if I'm being wise, but it's something that I must believe in, and it's there when...
Hello everyone. Welcome to the Amazonian jungle. Yeah. I'm Michael Anfield from Peaceful Village Raw Vegan Healing Community, and I'm sharing the message to you about the new Mother Earth. Check the new book out. The link will be on the screen as well as in the description. The new Mother Earth, evolving in these new times on Earth. So this is another video in the health series that I'm creating here, or healing or holistic health. And just to let you know, before this video starts, that it's going to be pretty lengthy. And yeah, so yeah. Anyways, people might think that I'm skinny and I'm unhealthy. To put it straight to you, everyone who is domesticated on earth, every being that is domesticated on earth is sick, is unhealthy. Every being on earth that is domesticated, that is part of society, living in towns and cities, and even the ones living in nature, but the ones living in nature, especially living in the tropical nature, are much better off than the people living in the towns and cities. So that is the thing. Okay? Everyone is sick. Okay? Everyone is sick. Every domesticated being is sick. Just remember that, folks. I'm sick. You're sick. Your next door neighbor is sick. Everyone. Okay? Now that is not a good thing. Okay? That's not a good thing. Now for 40 plus years in this earth time, I have abused my body. So has everybody else. And so we've gone away from what is natural to unnatural. So we got to get back to natural ways of being, of living. Natural comes from nature. Everything that comes from nature. Doesn't mean that we steal and we kill other beings, even though they come from nature. Doesn't make any sense. That's taking us away from unconditional love. And so I'm not here to talk about what specific things that we must eat or do, or put on our bodies, or what supplements to take, or what superfoods to take, because the only superfood is plants, raw plants. And of course, not all of them are edible. Not all of them are edible. So the new Mother Earth is all about going back to the spirit, back to that essence of who all beings are. Who I am, who you are, who that pig is, that tree, that banana, this pineapple, all beings, including grass and weeds, and or what we consider weeds, which I consider grass to be weeds, probably except for the a small quantity of lemongrass, or maybe some clumping bamboo, and also what is it called, sugar cane. But otherwise, all weeds. Everything has an essence within it. So when we stray away from the spirit, from that essence, from that love, from the truth, because that's what the essence is really truth. We are that truth. We are the unconditional love. When we stray away from that, we are causing more damage, more harm, more violence, more suffering for all life on this earth and possibly beyond. Now I believe I came from another place beyond earth. I don't know if separate from earth or just beyond physical parameters of what we consider to be the planet Earth. And so I came here to share a message with people, to share a message that it is utmost crucial to get back to the spirit, to get back to that unconditional love, to stop causing harm. First of all, we are supposedly consider ourselves to be an intellectual or intelligent species. Intelligence is the ability to make vital connections. So if we're not able to make vital connections when it comes to our food choices, when it comes to our buying choices, if we're buying products with a lot of chemicals that are tested on animals, that have animal ingredients, that cause a lot of suffering for other beings, that see other beings as property, as things to be used, then that's not love. That's going away from the spirit. The spirit is here. We need to not go to the danger zone. So, you know, these plants by far are the most wise connecting beings on earth. I'm not saying all of them, but generality. Plants and probably mycelium, fungi, this kind of things are, and I'm not saying things as in they are material objects, because they are not. I'm saying all living things, but all living beings. But these plants in general are so wise, so intelligent, so beautiful. They're waving at me now. It's just incredible. I have this amazing inga right here. Not an ice cream bean, but a different type of inga. I don't know what type of inga, but beautiful, beautiful. Kind of like a bush. And so this is incredible what we are doing here, and also what I'm teaching, because living in this kind of place is so magnificent. I feel more connected. Some people might think, hey, I need my cinemas and I need my amenities of society, but that is all violence. Society is slavery. Governments are slavery. You understand me? Slavery. Now, we may not have handcuffs or chains around our necks, but we are enslaved when we are told what to do, like pay rent. No animal in nature, go away fly, no animal in nature pays rent or pays for mortgage or has to buy food in order to eat. No animal in nature. Think about it, people. Think about it. We're the only stupid species. And really, we are. Even though that's a judgmental statement, we are not the wisest species on earth. We are by far anything from wise. Or wise is that essence again, that spirit, the essence of who we are. Wisdom. Wisdom is nature. Wisdom is the universal forces that govern everything. Who or what, I don't know, but it's the energy, that magnificent, beautiful energy that is just enveloping us and within us. That is health. When we holistically heal, when we are living holistically. What do I mean by living holistically? Holistic. It's basically coming from nature again. Everything comes from nature. Everything comes from the spirit. It's whole. It's not processed. It's not damaged. It's not deranged. It's not manipulated by heat. It's pure, natural, and untampered with. Now, of course, because we're all sick and we're all still transitioning away from society and and in towns and cities and so forth, there of course is the necessity at this moment to blend and to juice and to do things that are not there, not where the spirit is, the essence, the unconditional love, but it's not all the way to the other side. It's kind of like getting more this way, especially if we slow juice, if we masticate juice, if we slow hand crank juice or something like that, even slow electric juicing, something like that, vacuum blending. So if you want to blend something with a vacuum, so vacuum blending. But otherwise, health is really about holistically healing. That's what I want to say. So now there's a really big topic in the internet world of people dying, fruitarians, raw vegans dying of clogged arteries and heart disease and getting heart attacks and so forth. What? People getting heart disease? What the hell? They're eating fruits and raw vegan all the time for many, many, many years or even decades. What the hell is going on? Michael, explain to me. Well, I haven't been raw vegan or fruitarian for long periods of time in order to understand all these issues. I'm learning myself everything in life. Some people may call me anorexic and unhealthy and say, what are you doing up there talking about health when you're not healthy yourself? It's true. I shouldn't be. I'm a hypocrite. Just like every one of you are hypocrites. But anyways, what it comes down to is that all of us have been abusing ourselves, abusing our bodies with the lifestyle choices that we have made and are making in the last, I don't know, some period of time, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years, whatever time that you are now at this point. Most, if not virtually all of you, are not fruitarian by birth or living in nature by birth or these kinds of things, and living completely away from society, from civilization. So I'm talking about the most of the people here, okay, that are living still in towns and cities, or that at least go frequently to towns and cities from the rural areas to get their food, their run errands and do things. So these type of people, okay. So there are a few cases where vegans or raw vegans or fruitarians are let's say they die or of a heart attack, or they are not healthy, or they die early age at 60 or 70, what happened, or 50. But there are other people that are not vegans, not raw vegans, not fruitarians, and they are dying by the millions, tens of millions or hundreds of millions of people almost every day. At least tens of thousands, tens of millions every single day. I don't know the number, but there's countless millions and millions and millions of people dying. And the hospitals cover it up. They don't tell you the real truth. Hospitals don't tell you the real truth. It's part of the whole scam, whole game that we need to face and we need to understand to disseminate all those lies, all those things that the medical industry, that the pharmaceutical industry, that the governments, that society is portraying out there. So when somebody goes in and says, oh, you got a heart attack, well, probably, who knows what could be the case. There's a lot of factors just the diet part, just the food part. Diet is all about physical appearance, okay? Has nothing to do with ethics. Diet has nothing to do with ethics. Vegan has everything to do with ethics. Eating fruitarian has everything to do with ethics. Even raw veganism has everything to do with ethics. So it's not a vegan diet. It's not a raw vegan diet. I don't care what other people say. It's not. So they're dancing over there. Yeah, and there's not too much wind. They're dancing. Trees and plants do dance, people. Yeah. So they get heart problems and clogged arteries because of many, many things. And also this clogged artery stuff and this heart disease is all medical terms that one should not use. But anyways, I'm going to address that because people want to know. You know, and they say, what is the cause? What is the main cause of this? What is this? What is that? Well, I have another video that I'm trying to post, but for some reason it's not uploading. We're not having good internet recently. To do this, we need very, very high speed. It's a very big file. But I'm going to be uploading them. I don't know which one first, but in any case, I want to say that the body is a little bit different, like the arteries are a little different than a pipe or a drain for a sink, for example, right? Or for a toilet drain, flush toilet drain, for example. Depending on, of course, how wide those pipes are or those drains are, but our bodies, according to cutting up the body and everything and seeing all those little capillaries and arteries and so forth, they're very, very, very small. They're not big. They're very, very, very small. Okay? So when we put food down, we need to realize, what are we putting down into our bodies? Are we putting sludge or are we putting liquid food? So liquid food would be sweet or juicy type of fruits, right? Some people say, well, you cannot live just on fruits, and it's true. You cannot all just live on fruits, especially if we're so dense, living in towns and cities, in cold climates. We are not supposed to live in those fucking places. Get a grip on reality, people. Reality is nature. Real. This is the real life. Real life, people. The real life is here in nature. Oh, but all the jaguars and scorpions and tarantulas and all those snakes and everything, they're gonna kill us. They're gonna injure us. That's because we're in fear, and fear is the opposite of love. So get away from that, people. So, so we need to holistically heal. That is why off camera, in our land, on our land, we always walk naked, unless it's a little bit cool that we have to put some clothes on. But for the most part, I'm walking naked and barefoot, and so I'm getting the sun all the time. Sun is very, very important, but not if we're eating the wrong things. If we're putting into our bodies the wrong types of food. Also, if we're putting chemicals on our skin, those chemicals is what is causing the skin cancer. The food that we're putting into our mouth is what's causing the skin cancer. The municipal water, what we're drinking, is slowly deteriorating our bodies and causing the cancers and all the other heart disease and so forth. So we need to be collecting rainwater, people, rainwater, and getting our water sources from pure natural sources. Not from bottles and from distillation and all that nonsense. We need to be getting it from pure sources, from Mother Nature. Stop whining and crying and come to the tropics and do that, people. There's a lot of room for everybody to be living in the tropics. If we take our fair share of land, if we start reforesting and planting food forests, that's the key, people, in the tropical areas of the world where we're warm most of the time and you're getting sun frequently. Look at the sun, the beautiful sun here. Incredible. So yeah. So clogged arteries and cancers and diabetes and all this kind of thing is from few factors, but not living naturally, completely naturally, and eating low fat. Diabetes is high fat diets, and particularly animal-based food. Animals are not food, actually. It's animal junkery. Animals should be left alone. Non-human animals should be left alone. We should not steal anything from them. In fact, we must. If we don't want to have our things stolen from us, have us whatever, stealing and rape and torture and suffering and violence is happening in society. It's on a massive scale because we're doing it to non-human animals. Leave them the fuck alone. We don't need to kill the non-human animals, to steal from the non-human animals. I don't care if they're roaming around free and they drop their eggs wherever they want. They are domesticated, right? Leave them the hell alone. Move to the tropics, people, in warm climates, and live holistically, without Wi-Fi radiation and without problems, and do what you can to do the best that you can in this world, to unconditionally love all beings as much as you possibly can, and transition to this kind of way of life. We're doing this just like that in Peaceful Village Raw Vegan Healing Community, and I'm talking about that in my book, The New Mother Earth. She has that message for us, and we're not listening to her. We are not listening to Mother Earth, people. We are not listening to Mother Earth, to the Spirit, to Gaia, to Sophia. We're not listening to that feminine wisdom within us. That is what health is all about. Understanding and reconnecting to that feminine wisdom within us. Yes, the masculine is important, the masculine aspect, but we are way beyond here in the masculine material side and not getting closer to the spirit, to what is unconditional love, what is truth, what is the feminine. Yeah, we've shunned that away and say, hey, fuck the feminine side, fuck the unconditional love, fuck the nurturing, fuck the caring. We're going to do what we want. We're going to be violent, and we're going to be justifying everything because one or two raw vegans died, and so we're meat eaters like lions. Fuck. You know, at some level, this makes me upset. You know, but I cannot be upset with people that are just programmed by the system, programmed by society, programmed by every facet of society, all the institutions within society. I can't be upset because I understand. I have been also programmed by society, and I'm still transitioning. We've been here for some years now, and I'm still transitioning. I'm still understanding. It's about 3-some years. I'm still transitioning with my partner Aurora, making this community a reality. Yeah, but really talking about this kind of thing is like if humans believe that they are so intelligent, then why aren't they making these vital connections to get ourselves out of the mess that we're in? We're crying and protesting, and we are signing petitions, writing petitions and signing petitions, trying to get governments to help us. It's like governments are the problem. They're not really the solution. But they can help us, definitely. They can help us in the transition time. But in time, we don't need them. We can leave the infancy, our infancy state behind. It's like that's what we are. We rely on our mother, our father figure, the government, society to help us. And hey, they're going to save the world. Nobody's going to save the world for us. We need to do that. We need to come together as a human species to save ourselves and to not harm other countless species that we're taking. If we don't change our ways, we're going to be taking in our demise with us. We are a very, very low vibrational species. If there are other planets or other galaxies or other beings out there beyond this earth, beyond what we know as the earth, they're pleading for us to change, to evolve into the benevolent beings that we're supposed to be. All beings on earth and beyond are unconditional love, or at least that's deep down, that's who all of us are. So I didn't know this. Even many years ago, since 2018, I didn't know this. I was slowly as a vegan, I was learning about this and understanding these kind of issues, but truly I didn't embrace it. And still I'm not completely embracing it, because I'm going to town, we're getting our food, we're doing things, but we're doing whatever we can to share this message with people, so people understand, hey, this is the way we're supposed to live. 1 or 2 raw vegans die because of a heart attack or clogged arteries or stroke or whatever, and the whole internet is in uproar saying that you need to eat meat now, you need to eat, and meat is not even a term that really describes who we're eating. It's not what we're eating, it's who we're eating. It's a living being, and we don't need to be eating living beings, because our stomachs, our bodies are not a graveyard. And we're stealing from them. Oh, I'm not doing that, I'm paying somebody to do that. Yeah, you're paying them to do the dirty work, to kill the animals, when you're so coward not to do that yourself. Most people, if they had to kill the animals themselves to eat, they wouldn't do it. They would be vegans, or at least vegetarians. Now, vegetarian and vegan are not the same thing. Vegan is not a philosophy either. Okay? It's really about not seeing other beings as property, seeing them as sacred beings that have the right to live free, sovereign lives, as we all do. So this is beyond health, this video. This is ethics. This is really about unconditional love. And that's what it is. That's all it is, people. It's about unconditionally loving all life forms. Doing what we can to cause the least harm when we can. Now, of course, sometimes it's impossible. If we ride sometimes on a bus, or if we take a taxi, or if we buy from the markets, or if we have to defend ourselves from an animal or something like that. These are the rare cases, or these are the things that we have to do for transitioning to a better understanding of life, better understanding of how nature works, and being in line, in harmony with all of creation. Yeah, it's creation, it's evolution, it's all of it. It's just beauty, it's just love. That's what truth is all about. It's unconditional love, getting back to the spirit. People, when people think, listen, the bottom line, when people think, I don't know what you're talking about, and this and that, and hey, if you think that I'm talking nonsense, if you think that I'm too skinny, if you think that I am malnourished, if I'm so sick, and I challenge them to come on this show, to make a podcast at some point in the future, to make a podcast, an interview, and I want to challenge you to say, hey, that is not correct. We cannot get away from the spirit. We need to get closer to the spirit. You know, yes, when we're living in this material existence, we're spiritual beings with a soul and all this kind of thing, and a spirit. When we, the spirit is our essence, the soul is our particular journey. But when we go on this journey, in this life, basically it's going to... I lost my train of thought. Oh, that's because you're a vegan. You lost your train of thought. You don't have any memory. You're bad memory. I had bad memory all my life. Never mind now. In fact, my memory has improved a bit, yeah. Since my health has actually improved a bit since being vegan and more raw vegan, but also has deteriorated a little bit. So it's kind of like trying to balance out. And they say once we fast for many weeks and months and continue doing frequent fastings, and fasting doesn't mean starvation, okay? So that's two different things, okay? So fasting, you get back to the natural self. Also, when we're holistically healing, we are in the sun, getting as much sun as possible in our skins, putting the sun in our skins, not shaving and irritating our body, putting living naturally, with long hair, with a beard. Yeah, Aurora and I were reading a lot, we're doing a lot, we're meditating a lot, we're in nature a lot, and we know that this is the way. Nature is the way. That is why people are so depressed and so sick, because they have been disconnected from nature. And even then, people are in nature, but they're in cold climates, or if they're in the tropics in nature, that's a step. That's a very good step in the right direction. But still, they're eating animals. They're killing animals. They're stealing from animals. Even if they're paying somebody else to do the dirty work, they are supporting that. And that can't be good. Stealing from someone can never be good, no matter what species they are. Killing can never be good. Seeing other beings as property, as slaves, can never be good. That's just how it is. Justify it all you care, but that's how it is. Deep down, we know that is absolutely not true. When we steal from someone, it goes against the natural laws, the natural order. It goes against the essence of who we are as unconditionally loving beings. Cicada! So, I'm very grateful. I see a lot of bananas growing. This beautiful Mayor lemon right in front of me. Wow, this Flamingia macrophylla right here. Some native plant behind, but more bananas. Behind me there's, I don't know if you can see, but a mangosteen. Here is borete. Amazing. Wow, nature is beautiful. Come check it out, people. Don't be scared. There's nothing to be scared of. I've been centimeters away from the most deadliest animals, and they have done no harm to me. When we do the most good in this world, we get back the most good in this world, into our lives, back to our lives. So I love you all. Please do what you're doing, whatever you're doing, to raising your level of consciousness and understanding more about Mother Earth and reconnecting more to Mother Earth, especially in the tropics. And I don't mean going to the tropics somewhere in a resort, in a hotel or something, or this kind of thing. I'm talking about nature. Go to the wild jungles and explore and trust and love and eat what comes from nature and love. That's what it's all about. Love is in the air. He knew it. Love is in the air. Every minute, every hour. Love is in the air. I don't know the lyrics, but I will sing it anyways. If it has to do with love, I am there, in there, I am there. Ha! Just being a little bit silly, but I love you all. Thank you for being here, everybody, and tuning in. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody.
Love is in the air, in the whisper of the tree. Love is in the air, in the thunder